What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Reggie Reg, baby, and I got my girl over here with her fine self and all mine.
It's your girl Queen. Hey everybody. First of all, we would like to say thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, thank you guys so very much for not only for your wonderful comments.
All the subscribers. Appreciate you. Keep it coming. Keep it liking. Hit that notification bell for the latest and greatest videos coming soon. You know what I mean?
Yes. Relationship Goals 101 with Queen and
Reggie Reg. Y'all know what it is. But hey, today we're going to talk about should men and women split the bills 50-50.
Yes. That's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic in a lot of relationships, you know.
In a lot of relationships, it really is.
To me, I think the man should pick up the rent, you know, and if possible, the lady could pick up the utilities. Now, if she can't, it should be cool because the man should take care of everything already. But if the woman could help, she could go ahead and pick it up too. But if she cannot, he should have it covered.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so I think they should work together and paying the bills to make the house one. But if the woman can't pick it up, or if the man can't even pick up the slack,
right,
the other person should be able to cover it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they should be able to cover it because we don't know what jobs everybody has.
Right.
And I think that was like one of our, like we talked, you know, about certain things, but when it comes to what job you have, does make a difference with what bills you have. Because I think in a relationship, you guys should be talking about, especially if you move in together. But if you're separate, and this was one of the questions that came to me, well, what if you're separate in two different households? Should the man be able to help the woman? I said, I think it's one-sided to even say that.
Wait, say that again. If she's living in a different house, I should help her pay her bill? We together though?
Yes. That was a question like, should the man be? I think that's no, first of all. No. Because when you become one,
there we go.
Then that is a whole. Not saying I'm living over here in Mars and you in Jupiter. When you're one on Earth, then yes.
Unless you can afford it. Unless you can afford it.
I mean, there are some, you know, there's a lot of men that do that now. And there's a lot of women that do that.
Do what?
Pay each other bills. And they really do got it, but they only, it's a very touchy conversation, y'all. This is and I don't mean that in a bad way, but when you start saying, are we one? And then all of a sudden you move in together, but then you say, we need to talk. Oh, because we didn't talk about
splitting up thing. Yeah. So it's a split up thing.
Yeah.
But see, and that's a big thing. So if a woman making more than a man, does that mean she should take on more responsibilities?
I mean, yes. In certain situations, a man don't have the job that he wants. It's true. And a woman too. She could be working at McDonald's, but she's a manager, and and the gentleman may work, hey, at Sonic or something. And you know how it is when you're young and you first starting out. You know, you don't always have the great job yet because you're still learning to know what it is you want to do with your career. You can have a career in working at McDonald's and definitely make good money, or work at Sonic, or work at a convenience store. So depending on the situation when you guys met, definitely is something that you need to talk about when you become one.
Before y'all establish living together, how the bill's going to be separate. If it's going to be separate, what's going on? That's what I think too. But if the woman is living with the man, right, I think he already should establish before he even bring that woman into the household. He should afford everything. He could pay for everything already.
So you sound like when the man asks the woman to move in with him?
Correct. Or vice versa. You know,
it's really,
vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, I agree and disagree with that one because it's not her home. It's his home. But when you're becoming one, he's sharing his belongings, his bills, because you're asking her to move in. The old taught way is the man of the house. But
there's more lights, more water.
But there's always this argument though, babe. There's this argument and stipulation when it comes to how you were raised.
Yeah, that's a big one too.
That's a big issue because there is so much modern day things that we as couples, black couples, we
there's no
carry.
more big mamas.
Yeah.
Ain't no big mamas. Grandmama's 38 years old these days.
At now 22.
Grandmama 38. What kind of craziness is this?
That is so true.
Came and boiled water, talking about she a grandma. Man.
And then turn around,
That's on a different day.
Yeah.
That's a different subject.
But let me go to the actual comments. I'm not naming any names. He'll read one and I'll read one. I'm gonna pick one random. One person said, "Split. I had that issue with my wife before we decided on splitting according to each of our income." So that's kind of based off of what we were saying, because the situation is he could be living in a mansion and I could have been living in a farmhouse. This is just an example. If he asked me to move in with him, then what he's basically saying is like, well, I'm asking you to move in and I think that we should split the bills. Obviously, they had talked about it probably prior, or even if they didn't, but they both came to an agreement. That's not nothing wrong or nothing bad. A lot of people use the stipulation of the man should. Yes, how you were raised is what you were taught. But in reality, is it doable?
I don't know. My mama told me and my daddy told me always have your own. So always defend for your own.
So, yeah.
Never want without. Never want without.
Yeah.
So if I ask anybody to come stay or whatever like that, I know in the back of my mind, if they can't pick up the slack,
right,
I could do it. And some women probably think, hey, if the man come to her house, he should start paying for everything.
Yeah, some do.
That's
and I think that's very
too.
Yeah. And honestly, no, you're good.
My bad.
I honestly think that you are definitely right, and I think and I think it is really like wrong. Like, ladies, we honestly, when you meet a good man, and I'm going to tell you this because this was told to me as I grew up, but as a woman, if you don't know your worth, you will always settle for something that is not worthy of you. And I'm going to leave it right there. However, it is not right, and if you look at it in any standpoint, it is not right for you to demand, you got to do this, you got it. I have met so many friends and I have lost so many friends that I just think it's just wrong. You demand a higher standard, but you carry yourself in a lower standard. And I'm going to leave that alone.
Different subject. Talk to him. Oh, don't hurt him right now, baby.
Okay.
Don't hurt him right now.
He's going to read a question.
Who going to go up here? You know what I mean? Doom. Split it, brother. Surprisingly, I think both parties feel they're contributing when they help pay. That is correct. So
I believe that. Yeah.
Like basically saying independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in an independent way, it gives you guys both motivation to say, I know
I'm helping out. Like I'm worth something.
Yes. I'm contributing to the cause.
So in all, on me with this subject as a man, I feel like if the woman is staying with you, that you should be able to pay everything. Not everything, like rent, lights, water, important things. Important things.
Not miscellaneous, ladies
important
and
things.
Gentlemen. Not miscellaneous
rent,
stuff.
Lights, water. You know what I mean?
Bills.
And but if she can help with that, that's a plus.
That's true.
That's a plus. But that's my intake. What's your last intake, baby?
So I'm gonna read this at the end, ladies and gents. So one said, we personally read through all of these and yes, we really appreciate you guys, because a lot of things that we're on here discussing with Black love and just relationship goals in general, a lot of us keep it to ourselves, and I believe that therapy is communication. So I love this argument. This is one person, it is a male. I love this argument. Times have changed. This mindset is from a different time and cost era in America and doesn't fully apply to today's living costs and salaries.
Too much.
I don't think a man should be attacked or viewed as a failure because he doesn't uphold a previous thought, process, and standard of, and this is in quotations what he puts, what a man should be doing. I was raised in a home where whatever was needed got handled, and there were no gender specific roles assigned. Listen to what he's saying, y'all. Meaning, if the dishes needed to be washed, they were, or dinner cooked, it was by either my mother or my father.
Working together.
That's right. Love and life is lived with a partner, your balance, and your other half. You guys should tackle your responsibilities together. And this way of thinking is problematic since the cost of everything in our generation is inflated. Things aren't the same when our parents and grandparents were young, and we cannot hold those ideas in today's reality. A house was $10,000 to $150,000.
You reading that like
I know.
Like it's a
when
novel.
when my grandparents were young and bread was 15 cents, LOLs, he says,
They don't read the
not
title
anywhere near what our cost today. To each his own, but
each his
me
own.
to each his own. To each his own, but me and mine, we work together 100%. Only reason why I read that is because of the detailed and how basically it is off of how you were raised. So I really like the actual question, when it comes to 50-50.
More to come.
Yeah, there's definitely a stipulation. We all have had it.
Oh yeah, but make sure y'all work together if you can. Work together.
As
Not if
one.
you can, but make sure you do it.
Yes.
It takes two, not one, two people. Together.
It does.
To run a household. To run a household, don't put so much stress on that one person. That one person gonna go crazy if it's the male or the female.
Yes.
Okay, work together. Life will be so much easier. So much. All right. But hey, that's our intake on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right here.
I got lipstick. It's all right, sure, sweetie. So, all right. We're gonna be out here. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, press that notification bell too.
And share.
Share. All right, y'all. One love. We out.